So I think Burger Satalama, Burger with a Subatu Pai, Hilda Slenabatu Pathia. Could I please ask you to pray?
Amen. Pada bota sialam ko pasibana ni pamani asa tinila baga papara ko batado baga malo ko da tanilo with us hello wada wala bata malo akatika tak tle tala ya wa pa bata ko da connection la we do sibina si ko ni patra mu la ke hi ko hi no lo pa le ta so lo ti de pa ni ko ba si ko da o no so da ma siba or ka ba da hi po do ino sa ya le ta malo ma do pu hi ba si ko ya kuno la we tala ka so da we klesa la we ni de ke pa ala ke pa class the class nga yele ne learn sibu ni la with us super se ku ke ba body ta ma na ta khi do sim na la ku mu ko ya la pa lo mu ko amen.
Now we're going to start by sharing. Today we're going to focus on questions. So in doing research methodology, we're going to ask a lot of questions. So I have prepared some questions. The first set of questions will be personal questions, and then a model that I have come up with, and also then we're going to take some samples from different sets of questions. So I'm going to share the screen. And Tia?
Yes.
Then Nina.
Me.
Yes, thank you. So learning to ask questions is our topic for this week 3. And so my questions for you is, what do you think is your calling in life? How do you know you are called to do this? And how does God speak to you? Do you love doing what you're currently doing? How satisfied are you with your daily living? Can you share your faith journey? Who shaped your journey? Do you have a trusted friend? Who is your spiritual companion? How much do you spend time with God? So these are the questions that I come up with, and you're welcome to answer all of them, or just however you want, maybe just a few you want to answer. So please feel free to pick a few and answer, or you can answer all of them in brief. Totally up to you. And that's
Is the slide up?
yes.
I'm seeing that
You did.
research. Yes, it didn't load the PowerPoint slide.
I see.
Yes.
It happens every time. I don't know. Yeah, so these are the questions that I come up with. You feel free to answer all of them or just a few.
Do you want me to say it now or like write it down?
Yes, please. If it's all right. Or I can come back later.
No,
do you need some time?
I think I can go through it.
Yeah, I think yes.
So what do you think your calling in life is? I feel that my calling in life is definitely to do God's work. Like studying theology has always been my interest. My mom has influenced a lot of my spirituality. My calling in life, more specifically in the church right now, is as a Sunday school teacher. I find that I'm quite passionate about it. I care about the children, and I feel that the way I was brought up by my parents, I am reflecting it a lot in my teaching philosophy as a Sunday school teacher. So as of right now, I think that my calling is to be a Sunday school teacher right now. right now. I mean, it can change in the future or whatsoever. How do you know that you are called? I know that I'm called to do this because I feel that no one can do the job better than I can do it right now. I feel that in my church really need me to stand up to that role. Um, because well, there is another there are two other Sunday school teacher with me that are in the well, three in my church, but I think that for me, I brought in a lot of my teaching pedagogy from primary school and adapt that to my Sunday school setting. I feel that also the children, I cater for their needs in terms of language barrier. I try to teach them Korean, but at the same time, of course, the main language for communication and into getting through them is English. And I don't know, there are so many aspects of teaching all incorporated in one go. So yes. How do God speak to you? I feel that God speaks to me in a few ways in my life, through the people in my life, definitely the first one. I look for God's guidance through the confirmation of the people around me, like whether it be my mom, my friend, my family, and the people in my church, whether how much do they accept me and how much do they like look forward to what I'm doing. I know that God speaks through them, as well as personally. I think that when I have quiet time with God, I feel Him not in the crowd, not where there's a lot of people, but when there's only me and Him, whether it be my quiet time in the morning or in the afternoon, or even like during the day, my study time, because I know that I rely on Him and He speak to me through those quiet time where I feel re-energized, where I don't know, I feel like, there is someone there with me always, even though there's no one. And I feel at peace when I don't have anyone around me because God is there with me. That's what I feel. And who do you love doing what you are currently doing? Yes, I do. For my church aspect, I love doing what I'm doing as a Sunday school teacher, even though I might be very busy at time. I love doing what I do at work, which is to be a full-time teacher at a primary school. It's actually full on. It's so much different from being a Sunday school teacher to being a school teacher. There is so much more workload. But I do love what I'm doing. I think I don't see myself doing anything except teaching, actually. Like, for example, my sister's doing nursing and I cannot see myself being a nurse. I can't look after other people like that. So definitely teaching for me. And right now I love studying. Like I'm so tired every day from work, but like I look forward to studying theology because that has always been one of my interests. And I've just like living here, you don't really get that opportunity. Usually you will go and work because that's what you have to do for a living. But like having this online program is a big blessing for me. So I love studying right now. How satisfied are you with your daily life living? I think that I'm very blessed. Um, I'm very blessed in my life that when I look back and reflect on my life, all I can see is God's blessing, God's mercy, and God's grace. Like I was born in a refugee camp with no future, but I resettled here in Australia at a young age. So I was able to get the language quickly, able to go through my study and become something that I am interested in and what I like. God, timing is divine. At age 25, I graduated uni, I've got a job, I've got married, I bought a property. I mean, I feel that my life is all settled. And now it's what I've always wanted to do is to study theology. And now God has opened that pathway for me. So I am, as of right now, today, I'm very satisfied. Can you share your faith journey? My faith journey has been shaped very early on by my mom. I feel that she was a big force of influence from a young age, I remember going to Sunday school. I remember memorizing a lot of Bible verse because my mom encourages that. And out of all my siblings, I can say that I memorized the most Bible verse, more than 100, I think. But that was like when I was like 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, around that age. I felt that was when my mom challenged me. So she would give me $1 for every Bible verse I memorized. And that time I would go up to her and memorize like 50 Bible verse and I would get $50. So I love doing that. But other than that, my faith grew personally. As I grew up, when I went to high school, I felt that ever since year 7, I had to rely on God because my English still wasn't that strong back then. I had to try hard. I know that I couldn't try by myself. So I relied heavily on God during my high school studies. And then starting from year 11, I started reading the Bible once a year, like finishing the Bible once a year. And last year was my I've been doing that every year, and I felt that it not only improved my Korean language, but it also growed my faith. And yes, as of right now, I feel that I still have so much more to develop and so much more to mature, but I think I am on a journey somewhere with my faith. Who shaped your journey? Definitely my mom. She was a big figure in my life. Do you have a trusted friend? I do. I do have my husband. I do have my sisters. I do have a few, one or two close friends. Actually, only one. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm an introvert. I don't know how to socialize, but yes. I recharge by being alone at home, not with like going out. Who is your spiritual companion? My mom. How much do you spend time with God? Um, to be honest with you with this question, I actually don't know, but I do spend a lot of time studying, reading the Bible, reading other books right now I'm reading a lot of other books that I have to do for my study. I feel like when I do study, it's like I'm spending time with God because it is about Him that I'm studying about. That's why I've always wanted to study theology, because I felt that when I was in uni, I was studying all of these things and I was spending a lot of time on all of these things, but they weren't like specifically tailored, like God-centered. They weren't God-centered. So I felt that I've always wanted to study theology because I know that when I study theology, I will be spending a lot of time with God. Spend time with God. Used to do a lot of prayer journaling. That's how I spend time with God. Reading the Bible, reading other books about Christianity and my faith. And whether I do sing sometime, I practice singing songs and prepare myself so that whenever there's a need of a song, I will do that. So that's like me spending time with God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Amethyst. I really appreciate that. So this is the questions I have for you, and it is to get to know you better. So I have come up with this set of questions. Thank you for answering all of them. And when we talk about this, a very new program that we have, KKBBSC online class, I've also come up with a set of questions. So whom do we contact to ask for KKBBSC online classes information? Who organized this program online? How much will it cost? What are the qualifications of teachers? How many credits do I need to graduate? How often do they offer the class? What is the tuition fees per credit? Besides the classes, what other requirements needed for the online studies? Will KKBBSC online classes accept some of my former credits? When will the class start and end? So these are some of the basic questions that I come up with when we want to research do a little research on KKBBSC online classes. There could be loads of other questions to ask regarding this program. And questions about healthcare. You just mentioned your sister is a nurse, so she probably will ask these kind of questions, I guess. How many patients do I see every day? What are some of the most common conditions prevalent among my patients? What are the causes of these conditions? Why do some people have a particular condition where others do not? What is the average cost of the service to a patient? Do you have to pay for healthcare in Australia?
Mostly it is covered by Medicare. We have something called Medicare, but other than that, we do have to pay for like our medicines, and right now we actually are starting to pay for seeing doctors, but before we didn't have to pay anything for healthcare.
I see. So you have to pay to see a provider, I guess.
Yes, to see a GP.
Right. But in Canada, we're very grateful that if we have to go to the hospital or a clinic or a walk-in clinic or urgent care or emergency, we don't have to pay anything. I was hospitalized 9 months ago because I had high-risk pregnancy. And because the road from our place to another city was closed, they took me on an airplane ambulance. So it cost quite a bit if we have to pay, I think $2,000 to $4,000, but I didn't have to pay any penny because Canada has a free healthcare system.
Wow.
Very privileged. But this is a typical question. What is the average cost of service to a patient? What is the ideal population worker ratio for this program? What are the health needs of the community? What are the benefits of this program to the community? How do I demonstrate the effectiveness of my service? Why do some people use the service while others do not? What do people think about the service? How satisfied are patients with the service? How effective is the service? How can the service be improved? So these are the questions I got from the research methodology book regarding healthcare. And now we have business. So question is, what is the best strategy to promote the sale of a particular product? How many salespersons do I need? What is the effect of a particular advertising campaign on the sale of this product? How satisfied are consumers with this product? How much are consumers prepared to spend on this product? What do consumers like or dislike about this product? What type of packaging do customers prefer for this product? What training do the salespersons need to promote the sale of this product? What are the attributes of a good salesperson? So this is regarding business. And teachers, I guess you're very familiar with these questions. What do students think about my teaching? What do I need to do to become a better teacher? Why are some students good at their studies while others are not? What effect does the home environment have on the academic achievement of a child? What, in students' opinion, are the attributes of a good teacher? Do I have the attributes that make a good teacher? What is the attitude of students towards homework? What determines students' motivation in their studies? Is there a relationship between academic achievement and occupational aspirations? Social worker or counselor. What are my clients' most common presenting problems? What are their most common underlying problems? What are the reasons for their problems? What is the socioeconomic background of my clients? Why am I successful in certain cases and not in others? What intervention strategies are more effective for the problems of my clients? What resources are available in the community to help a client with a particular need? What intervention strategies are appropriate for this problem? How satisfied are my clients with my services? How can I improve the quality of my services? So these are questions regarding social worker or counselor or psychologist or therapist, I guess. The bakala counselor, no? Bakala kundao sukle ta riponya, no? Psychology ni. Abada tinin kamaluba dodulina lana to bachelor master me. Lagi ula de koni pa tasapu belebala taumu a konyor ulawara era masilo ta unu. Dari sosi cupu dalen. Nakini ake dar kala pada deplang, ake tabu kala pada pa tau so kila no sa no so kila kunu uani pada deva. Yeki tulu sera kani yemani dito counseling session la ya hetila dara ya ti mero hetin. Aber henore ya ake dito papa la ake da kunu badu ba ti yani huwa pada erohe. Kura Vishnuala Papaglukla Bakhala, counselor, social worker, psychologist, therapist, Niluba Adim. This is just an example I would like to mention. And the suicide rate in Mela refugee camp was very high. When I was there, the youngest was 9 years old, the oldest was 24, so it's very young. And I think it becomes a concern, and I've been praying very hard about that for our people, especially our young people, to learn to and to be healed, like mentally. The next one is supervisor. I guess this is the last one. Manager. How many people are coming to my agency? What are the socioeconomic, demographic characteristics of my clients? How many cases can a worker effectively handle in a day? Why do some people use the service while others do not? How effective is the service? What are the most common needs of clients who come to this agency? What are the strengths and weaknesses of the service? How satisfied are the clients with the service? How can I improve this service for my clients? So these are some research questions that I chose from our textbook and also from my own pocket. So I've got 3 slices for Tete and Joseph and yourself. So I would like to see your questions on a topic, like when I share about my questions for you. It's very personal. It's your relationship with God. It's your personal calling. It's about you, and so you probably see a topic about you. And here it is about KKBBSC online class. So it's all about the online class. And then healthcare, we see this is everything about the healthcare system that doctors or nurses or provider will ask. And this is business. So people who are doing business or trading will ask these kind of questions. And teachers will ask these kind of questions. Social worker or counselor will probably ask these kind of questions. And so I would like you to choose a topic and then do a research on the questions, on the topic raise some questions on the topic. And so you can do up to 10 questions. I'm going to give you, well, 5 minutes work. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and then we'll come back to share your questions, the questions you have raised.
Is that time up?
Yes,
I have
알았어. 또 많이요. 이렇게 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 바로. So,
I only have about 8 questions,
right.
not 10. Do I need to do 10 questions?
Yes, or 8, or what? How many?
Oh, okay. Um,
I'm going to type your questions.
okay. Do you want me to say it?
Yes, please.
My first question is, oh wait, my title is the title for my questionnaire is pastor. Yeah, so my first question is, how do I know that God called me for pastoral ministry?
Yes.
My second question is, does my family support me in my ministry? Is it does or do?
I think
Do. Does my
does.
does my
Or if we say, do my family members?
yes. My grammar's not that good.
No, do my family members support me?
In my ministry. Next question is, how do I know that my church members are satisfied with my leadership? My next question is, what are the goals that needed to be achieved by the end of the year for my congregation?
By or at the end of the year?
By the end of the year? Who are responsible for managing the finance of the church?
Who are responsible for financing?
For managing
Managing.
the finance of the church. How many church leaders / committees do I have in my congregation? What are the different departments do I have in my church? So like youth, Sunday school, mother prayer. Um,
Mother prayers, did you say?
yeah, we have mother prayer groups
I see.
in our church. My next question is, what are the missionaries or evangelical work / advocacy my church does? One more question is, what are the different activities that are happening in the different departments? And that was all I had.
Right. Yes. So I think you're very organized when you ask these questions regarding pasta. So this is a very good example. When we do a research methodology on any topic, we will come up with a set of questions. So I think you're doing a great job. And yeah, since we don't have two other classmates in our class, I think this is it for today.
Oh, wow.
La nami kakwela research nalila katanaki taksulan na kwela ni palo takti pari ini awe
Um,
akamasan
actually,
yes
about my research paper,
yes
you asked us to write up a thesis, and when I was gonna write it, I felt that maybe the Protestant Reformation is too big, so I might have to change my topic. So I right now I don't have a thesis for my research paper, as I'm still like thinking, and yeah, I
yes
don't know.
no one has emailed me their thesis, so I'm fine with that. It's pretty early now, so we got time, no rush, and so yeah.
Well, now that we're doing this questioning, I actually really like the topic of pastoral ministry.
Right.
I felt that maybe I might do my research paper on this because I don't know.
Yeah, you can. What are you interested in? Like, are you interested in
Church administration.
could you please say that again?
I feel that I am interested in my church administration, how
Church
like
administration.
yes, how the church is being run, who is taking care of things. Well, I feel like those are the important things that my mom always talked to me about.
Right. Like, do you have thesis? Like, can you think of, I think we can start sharing now, and I can start sharing. We can turn off the recording for our friends, and then